turn it on, manage the distance if you want to, a little maximum distance, or if you want to keep it close, you can have it there. And the little display will show up right here. So as soon as you move it, it's a little graphic pop up, and you can kind of maintain a distance to your desired speed.
All right.
And then here on the steering wheel, home button will take it there to the center screen. You can move up and down through different categories of information. That way you can look at something really quickly and then get back to the road. And then just press OK to dive into one of them. There's plenty of things to look under, like under trip, there's like all these little driving statistics. There's your odometer right there.
All right.
Volume control on the right side, telephone controls there. I'll hook up your phone in a bit. And then button for voice control allows you to tell the car to do certain features for you if you wanted to do something for the nav, the radio, the telephone, anything like that. One press there, you're going to hear a little beep that prompts you to say something, and then you can say one of the commands. There's usually a little helpful box menu that pops up whenever you press it. Gives you examples of things to say.
All right.
These little paddles behind the steering wheel, in case you want to manually shift gears.
Oh, okay.
You have more control over the car. And of course, shifters right there on the steering column on the inside.
All right.
A few buttons in between the screens. I was going to go over these now that I remember. This first one up here, that's for the rear headrest. So if anybody's looking back and they put the headrest up and it's blocking your view, just press that button there.
Get them out the way.
The other thing for the back is your rear window sunshade. So when I press this button and look at the back, you'll see the windshade come up.
Nice.
Okay, and another press will put it right down.
Let's see.
Alright.
Alright.
So far so good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to jump on the passenger side and I'll show you that command.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go to something that can kind of show kind of the different layout. So here you have your hard keys, anything to get to really quickly, starting with seat settings, nav, radio, hazard lights, media, telephone, and any kind of system settings or vehicle settings you find there. So the easy way to get around is there, or you have this controller to get around, which if you slide it back and forth, it moves up and down the levels. So your main functions are up top, options in the bottom, function right there in the middle. And you can turn this if you want to, slide it up there, turn around, always moves through the levels. Anything you want to start off with? Anything in particular you want to kind of go through? Huh?
No.
Okay, so I'll start off with the radio since I'm already here. I think right now we're on Sirius because I see all the Sirius stations here. Okay. You have a free 3-month trial. After that, it just cancels out. Usually you can call them and start the trial or start the account, or I mean, they're really good about calling people ahead of time. Or you can start up a trial with them. If not, cancels out. You don't have to worry about it.
All right.
If you want to switch over to like FM or AM, you go down here to waveband. Right there. And you can move this little carousel over, and it's like there's AM radio, FM radio. There's a preset filter, but you do have a little keypad here to get around. That's what I really liked about the keypad system, because on the new ones it has a touchpad. You can't like put in a preset really quickly. It's nice to have the keypad available to you. So really big advantage of the 14s. Info and radio. There's a digital operator's manual on this car. The book's in here, but you do get a digital version on the car itself. Awesome. And a lot of these little functions right here have their own section in the operator's manual, so it allows you to kind of click radio. Let me look at everything only radio. Okay. Internet radio, I'll talk about that in a little bit. So, there's a little back button right here. Go back one more time. There's the top menu. So under media, let me show you here. 6-disc CD player. There's the button there. When you press that, it gives you the 6 slots to put any CDs in. You can put DVDs in there too. So I was going to mention about. Let's see.
Y'all didn't include Shrek?
Yeah, we should have some DVDs to kind of show off. This one, if you wanted to watch a movie on this screen, you could. You just have to be in part to watch the ones up front. Okay. Of course, anybody in the back will have their own little DVD.
Oh, it's right there.
Down here. There's like one press. I'm not sure if I'm pressing the right thing, but I think there's a little.
Yeah, it's a little bit low there. Yeah.
The other forms of media are your SD card slot for more music. And if we open this up, this opens up both ways. There's a button there, press. There's 2 USB ports down there to charge up 2 phones, or if you want to have a USB stick with music on it, of course you can plug it in there. Okay. This is that extra remote. Usually I usually only see 2 in here, so it's nice that there was actually a third one.
Mm-hmm.
You got that extra. Let's go telephone. Do you want me to hook up the phone while you're here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so on your phone, just go to the settings, Bluetooth.
Mm.
Perfect. Yeah, it's right there. So I'm gonna slide down to the bottom of the screen, and right here where it says connect device, I'm gonna go ahead and select that. And I'm gonna search for phones and start search. So right now the car is looking for anything around here, so
That's
gotta
me.
be it right there.
Yep.
Select it. It's gonna make up a code. All you gotta do right there and hit pair. And I'll hit yes on the front. It's gonna connect up
Allow
profiles, and if
contacts.
you want to put allow for the contacts, and that's it. We'll finish connecting here. It'll load your contacts, and you're ready to go.
All right. Wow, that was quick.
Right? It's pretty easy. And of course, if you want to dial out, get that keypad right there. It actually shows up on the left side too. So the crazy thing about the touch sensitivity is you can actually see what you're touching right here.
Oh, wow.
So if you don't want to look, you want to look at the screen, you want to look down here, you can do that.
Okay.
Alright, so you got the telephone down. Whenever you click on name, see if the contact's loaded up yet. Yeah, should be it.
Yep, that's it.
Cool. Alright.
Don't worry about that N-Series Chevrolet.
It's alright. I don't think they're concerned with us right now. Alright, so we've gone through those right there. The little car button here. Any kind of car settings. If you ever want to adjust anything like your ambient light. So you have 7 different colors to choose from. Right now it's on blue. You can kind of see the reflection there, but it's great to see at night. You can always adjust the ambient brightness, the color of the 7 different colors. You can do the mirrors folding in and out, the light delays. You can adjust everything in vehicle settings. And then for seat settings, it does have its own little button here, but you can also find it under the car. Seat settings here, and you can adjust anything from your lumbar support, shoulder support, and this is where you can also find the massage settings that are pretty popular. You can do it for the driver and the passenger side.
Okay.
Dynamic multi-contour seat. This is when you're taking turns. It bolsters up on the opposite side, you don't slide.
I remember that.
The seat heating balance. The cool thing too is that whenever you activate your heated seats, you can have more heat on the back or more heat on the bottom. Some people want a little more, a little more on the back, like I do. Otherwise, 0 is going to be neutral.
You feeling better, man?
Oh, I feel a lot better. Absolutely.
Me too.
I was about to say, yeah.
I heard you guys got sick.
Man,
it's like both of you too.
I didn't do good on Saturday. For us.
Gas consumption statistics, if you ever need to keep track of it. And then parental control, like because they have TVs in the back, so you can always lock some certain features. And there's the digital operator's manual if you ever need to find it. And then, forgot to go over this one, which is nav. So we click on nav. You get your full screen nav here. You just turn that knob, zoom in and out. There's a few different orientations on this too. Right now it's like a 3D map, so it's like it follows the car, but it's also kind of slanted forward or back, so you can kind of see it a little more ahead. If you ever need to change it, you just slide back. Oh, sorry, not on this one. I'm used to the 15s and more. Whenever you give it a press, that brings the options up.
Okay.
And then right over here at options, you can change the orientation, the content of what shows up on the map, the announcements, and then route settings if you want to take different routes. Traffic information. So Sirius also provides traffic and weather along with radio. So if you ever want to be on the highway and you see traffic information, Sirius can provide for that. Position to say where the vehicle is at. So if you don't know the address, or if there is none, so if you're at a certain place there is no address where you're at, you can always save the position of the car. And then destination, if you want to input any place to go, just put it there. You can go to address entry to put any specific place to go. Keyword search for names of places. And there's previous destinations, which I can probably go ahead and delete. I don't think there's anything been put in here, so we need to start fresh. There we go.
Alright.
From contacts, what's nice is that it goes into your phone book, and if anybody's addresses are saved in the detail, like the field for address, you can just click on from contacts, go into your phone book, and then pick a name instead of typing in the address.
Okay.
And a few WASB points of interest, using maps just to kind of place a little pin and go there. And then for Mercedes-Benz apps, I'll talk about that last, because that's part of an Embrace system right here. I'll save that at the end. So we got that down. I'll go ahead and leave it on radio. Climate control system is all in this row of set of buttons. So we do have auto for both sides, temperature settings for both sides, and fan speed for both sides. And then some recirculation there. Rest, that is when it's mostly for colder climates, but whenever you get to, let's say you're like up in Colorado and it's kind of really cold up there. Whenever you stop the car, you can turn it off, you can hit rest, and a lot of the warm air from the engine bay will try to filter in through the car to keep it warm. We live in Texas, that's not really our problem.
We're good.
So, front and rear defrosters are there, and the menu, this takes you to a little certain setting here. We can adjust the temperature, the air distribution, airflows, a few in here, like adjust footwell is pretty cool, because right here, let me go neutral first, but if you want the footwell to be 2 degrees warmer or colder than what's up here, you can do that.
Wow.
And the climate modes, the air freshener. So we took out the canister. We didn't have any other ones set up, but if you ever want to buy them at parts, they do offer like little canisters, and there's different kinds too. There's left a sample kit in here.
Okay.
At least you can check them out. There's like.
Was the other one empty?
Yeah, the other one was empty. It was like called Free Size, the one that's like they always throw in there to start off with. But they offer some really cool ones. There's like Nightlife, Sport, Pacific. There's one that's made for the My Box called Auger Wood. It's a really interesting smell, but it's a little more expensive than the regular ones.
Can you look that up and tell me how much that is? Of course. All right, thanks.
They say it's like it's more valuable than gold, is what they say.
Nick's,
like, in order to get that.
Nick's recommendation.
Auger Wood, yeah, get that one. It smells pretty a little ridiculous. Like, I never smelled anything like it. Let's see. Yeah, so we got all that down, got all that, and then the other things here. Your on button, turn off the whole system, so on and off. Volume control, it's also the mute button if you give it a good press. So if you press that down, it's for mute. Eco start stop, turns the engine off temporarily, save gas. Shouldn't notice it too much on this car versus like a bunch of other cars because it's this longer wheelbase and there's also the V8 engine. You probably wouldn't notice the car even shutting off at the stops. But if you don't like it, you can always override it.
Okay.
Sport Eco mode to change up how the car responds on throttle. So we just switch between those, and this is comfort and sport suspension. And then raise the ride height about 1.5 inches.
Is there 3 levels or is it just ABC?
I forgot the ABC is for the aromatic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like air body control. There you go. Yeah, it's like the aromatic suspension, so you can go into sport and comfort. And then this is to raise the ride height about 1.5 inches. So if you go up a really steep driveway, you can increase the ride height real quick. I think we showed that on Saturday. Yeah. It was actually pretty quick. It's a lot faster than some of the other cars that we have. And then up here you have your different light settings. Your book lights are right here. Lights for the front, lights for the back, and then that is the setting. So when the doors are open, interior lights are going to be off.
Okay.
So, or I know most people like to keep them there. Sunglass holder there, and then these 3 buttons here for Embrace. It's very similar to OnStar. So if you ever need a point of contact for car trouble, emergency services, or the I button for like a personal personal assistant, you can sign up for that. They usually send you something in the mail. If not, you can look it up. It's MBRAC.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like an OnStar system that Mercedes has made that gives you a point of contact if you're always on the road. So any kind of situation is available to you. For your panel roof, it's going to be a switch to the sunroof. Back there. There's separate shades. And then this other one is for the back. One press there. Right there in the back. Nice. And then you can open the sunroof too, so you can either vent if you push here or open it if you slide it back again.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah. Pull down and I'll close it up. A little wind deflector too, I like that. And then garage and gate openers, if you got any to set up, I'll do that. So you got like 3 garages if you want me to do them.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. That's pretty much it. Kind of went through like a lot of the basics and stuff. And, I forgot. If you ever take this to valet, you can lock up the glove box and the trunk. So in here, it's time to see if there's a little switch right here. So if you press that, you can lock the trunk with that switch. Close the glove box. Lock it up with the key blade that pops out of the keychain.
Okay.
So there's a little switch on the back of the key that picks it up.
Okay.
Just go and open the trunk again. There we go. That's about it. Oh, yeah, the books are there, and the Maroni, I think the window sticker's in there too.
Okay. The window stickers in there?
Yes, it should be in the back actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in the bag. It's kind of showing around. I guess the previous owners didn't really want much of it.
Okay.
It shows up everything here.
Yeah, he showed me most of it already. I just wanted to make sure it was in there.
There's some good stuff in there, man.
Yeah.
That's why, We usually don't. I usually don't see the ABC because most people don't go for the Magic Body Control because it's kind of expensive. It is $4,400. But the suspension you probably would feel. Like you thought the S Class was smooth. As soon as it gets the Magic Body Control and you take turns, it doesn't even feel like.
I was thinking glides.
Oh yeah. And you can take some turns pretty fast and you'll stay leveled. Yeah, seems like quite a bit.
When you do the heated seats back here, it does heat this up as well.
Okay. Oh, it does. Awesome.
Oh yeah, you have the warm and comfort package, so it also should do this too, that, and then right here.
Sign on. Awesome.
Yeah, this one's pretty loaded. You don't see too many S classes like that. There you go.
All right.
Oh, if you have any cup holders, just push this forward. They're right there.
What's that right there?
Ashtray and cigarette.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice that it's kind of like out of the way. Most people don't realize it's there.
It would never be used.
You can hide some stuff in there. It's a pretty big ashtray, so if anything colds or anything like that, it's a nice little hiding spot.
All right.
Pretty much set.
All right.
It's nice.
Appreciate it. I think we're done now on this one.
And, whenever,
oh, we're still going. We're still going.
Whenever you do turn on these screens, they look pretty much exactly like this. You're gonna have available like nav, radio, so they just put on headphones. They can listen to the radio if they want to. So anything.
You cool with being on camera? I forgot to ask, man. Were you cool? All right, cool. If I could have edited it out, you know.
You're like a block face. Here,
Change the voice a little bit.
Yeah, the voice. Hello. No, sorry. You haven't seen Thor yet, have you?
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the big guy. Yeah, right here. Hey, man, hello.
That was a good movie. It's funny.
Yes. Nick, you didn't see it yet, man?
Yeah.
You're not a big comic book fan?
Oh, I
man?
love comic books.
Then why you didn't see it yet, man?
I haven't had time.
Okay,
It's
okay.
funny from the opening line.
Yes, from the opening line.
Okay.
What's this right here? This right here.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
So that's what I mentioned about turning this into a bed.
Okay,
So
okay.
that is, you can lift this up. Okay, so I remember how to do this again. So I'm gonna look it up. That would pop it out. Then it would allow you to kind of think, either take the headrest off. I'd have to like look